Hey everyone, this is Joe in General, your resident reason and evidence enthusiast. It is your weekly Bitcoin price analysis update. It is Wednesday, the 3rd of May, 2017. Now, this video will focus solely on Bitcoin. I'm uploading this video a lot later than I normally would. I've had a long day today, so I'm doing this late at night. So I'll just do Bitcoin for now, and then after I get up in the morning all nice and refreshed, I will be doing a video on SiaCoin, which is an altcoin that I've been talking about recently. I did a video on it a few days ago, so there has been some developments in the price, so I do want to update you guys on that, but I will again make that in a separate video to this one. So let's go back to the Bitcoin price for now. This is last week's video screenshot, excuse me, and where we were last week is we were hovering around about $1,280. Now, of course, we're always using the bitcoinwisdom.com website. It's the Bitstamp exchange, and it's priced in US dollars. And what I was suggesting is that rather than have a quick run up to 1350 and then breaking through 1350 and making all-time highs, what I did think would occur is that we would come up to about $1,300, then we would consolidate back down to this line here of around about $1,250, and then maybe just start trading in between $1,250 and $1,350 for a little bit, and sort of start knocking on that 1350 door, and then eventually break through it. Well, boy, was I wrong. And I'm happy to be wrong because we have seen higher prices. Let's have a look at on the 3-day time chart. So we were around about, here's 1280 around about here, and we've just busted through all of these numbers through 1300, through 1350, through 1400, through 1450, and we're currently topped out at 1485 and 70 cents. Now again, that's on the 3-day time chart. And if we look at, say, the 4-hour time chart, we will notice that there has been some, small consolidations on its way up to 1485. So around about, where are we here? It did come up to 1350, the previous all-time high, and then it did come back down to 1300 briefly, and did consolidate for a little bit there, and then eventually busting through 1350. Didn't spend too long at 1400 at all, and hit straight up here, got to about 1475 roughly, and then I had about almost a $75 sell-off to around about $1,400, and then once again we are back up here at around about 1470 at the moment. So the question is, where are we going from here? And there's one big question to answer, which I can't answer obviously 100%, but the question is, will we stay within this longer-term trend channel? And again, my subscribers have seen this longer-term trend channel quite regularly. Will we stay within that? And if you notice that we did come up and hit this top end of the trend channel, and we're currently up there still, around abouts. So will we stay within that? Will we start trading up and down in between this trend channel for a little bit longer? And sort of just edging our way higher and higher? For example, will we, just keep going up and down, maybe a little bit there, here's a good buying opportunity there, come back up, knock on the door, just sort of creeping higher and higher as we go over the weeks and months, still making nice steady gains? Or, and it's the big or, will we start to bust through this longer term trend, upper end of the trend channel, and then will this line, eventually this resistance line here of the upper end of the trend channel, become support, just like this line here, the bottom end? That's a big question. I don't know the answer to that, but let's have a think about where the price may go, what may go in both of those scenarios. So let's go back to here, and we'll just talk about where the price may go in the interim trading in between this longer term trend channel. Now, subscribers to my channel may have noticed that I have not put in the Fibonacci lines. There's a good reason for that, and I'll explain it to you. If you did watch my SiaCoin video, I was talking about linear Fibonacci calculation versus exponential Fibonacci calculation. Now, someone I have been subscribing to for a very long time. His name is Derek. He's over at Silver Charts. He does gold and silver spot price analysis, and more recently he's been doing Bitcoin and altcoin analysis. And so because we've both been doing Bitcoin and altcoin analysis, we've gotten chatting, which is good, you know, through video comments, etc. And he sent me a comment on one of my videos suggesting that websites such as Bitcoin Wisdom and many other, probably like 90%, 95% of websites that do have Fibonacci calculation software, use the linear Fibonacci calculation versus the what is apparently better, the exponential Fibonacci calculation. Now, I did test this out, and through watching Derek's videos, I learned what the calculation is, and it's where you take a high and you divide it by the low, then you get that number, and then you put that number to the power of which Fibonacci level you're trying to calculate. And then once you get that number, you times that by the low again. So for example, 1350 divided by 891.33 is this number here. Take that number, take it to the power of 0.236, then times that by 891.33, and you get the answer of 983. And then once you've got that, you know, that formula in there, you can just do that, and then it gives you all those numbers. So I did do some testing with some other altcoins and just some other, you know, charts. And lo and behold, this exponential Fibonacci calculation does seem to do better than linear Fibonacci calculations. So I am going to continue to use the bitcoinwisdom.com website, particularly because I definitely think this long-term trend channel analysis is definitely worth holding on to. As you can see here by the ups and downs, I think it's pretty good analysis here of the upper end of the trend channel, sorry, and the lower end of the trend channel. But I won't be using the software Fibonacci on bitcoinwisdom.com. I will be using this one here. So, for example, let's see where we are now. Let me get rid of that old one. And we did come up here to 1485.70. Now, does that coincide with any of the exponential Fibonacci calculations that we did here, that I did here? And lo and behold, it does. It is at the 1.236 Fibonacci level of 1489. Now, it didn't get to 1489 technically, but I really am going to call that close enough for jazz. That was by taking the previous all-time high of 1350 here and the low of 891.33, because I don't think this is proven yet to be the top of the top. So I don't yet want to take this now as the top and 891 as the low. I'll still stick with 1350 for now. But again, that coincides, that 1485.70, very, very close to this 1.236 Fibonacci level of 1489. So if we are going to trade only in this trend channel for the near future, let's see where the price may go. We've already come down to, where are we? We've already come down to $1,400. Now that's going to be a good psychological level as well. But we did come down there, but there doesn't seem to be a reason why we couldn't come back down and visit 1400 again. And also the big level, which I think should probably get a test, I'd imagine, if it's going to come down, you know, to a decent level. I imagine this level here of 1350 does need to be tested significantly before pushing through major highs. That is if we are only going to trend within this longer term trend channel here. So I think we'll see a touch of, definitely a touch, I think, of 1400 again at some point, and quite likely we'll come back down here at some point and revisit 1350. Again, that's if we're trading in the trend channel range only. Now, if we are going to punch above the trend channel, I need to do that. There we go. Where could we go? So if we use the exponential Fibonacci, the next level after 1.236 from the high of 1350 and the low of 891.33 is the 1.382 level, and that's at 1582. So that could be the next significant Fibonacci level. However, in between there, of course, you've got that psychological barrier of 1500, but that's not too much higher than this 1485.70 here. So it only needs to come up a tiny little bit for that to be taken out. So I think quite likely the next major point, if we are going to start trading above this upper end of the trend channel, big if, the next point we will see is very likely that 1582 level around abouts. So that could be an opportunity if you are in the trading game where, you know, you're selling high to buy back a little bit lower and up, and up your Bitcoin as you go. That could be a point to consider putting, you know, a little sell in at 1582 roughly. The next one after that, or the next big one, I would say, is the 1.618, and this is if we're really going to go a lot higher very soon, and that's at 1745. But I think that's a little bit down the track at the moment. So the next major level of next major upside target, I think, is 1582 at that 1.382 level. So that's where I think the price may be going. A couple of scenarios. More likely, I'm much more hesitant now to call things because I got it wrong last time. But look, if we're basing it on previous behavior, then we will probably more likely see a test of 1400 and possibly 1350, again, before we break into newer highs. And if we're breaking into newer highs, it may just be, again, to let's just say if you come down here, 1400, 1350 down here, and then you make a new high, it may just again be hitting the top end of that trend channel. Having said that, at some point, I imagine this trend channel has to be broken. There doesn't seem to be any reason why it wouldn't be broken at some point. Could this be the time? Yep, very possibly. And what could happen is this upper end of the trend channel, or resistance line, if you want to call it that, could then suddenly become a support line. So it would become just like this bottom end right here. So if we do start seeing some movement up here, I think the next movement is to that 1.382 level of $1,582. Once again, if we are going to break through that longer term trend channel here. That's it, guys. If you do want to know what I think about Sia Coin, I will be making an update later on when I get up in the morning. So please hit the subscribe button if you want to stay updated on Sia Coin as well. Head over to silvercharts.com. This is youtube.com/endlessmountain, and subscribe to Derek over at Silver Charts. He does some great analysis as well. And also what I will be doing is I made a video a couple of months ago now, and it was called Bitcoin Price Prediction for 2017. Now this was basing it on the linear Fibonacci analysis. So what I think I'll be doing very soon, in fact, is I'll probably be doing an update video. So I'll probably call it, Bitcoin Price Prediction for 2017 update. And I will be now using the exponential Fibonacci to do a more accurate calculation of where the price may be going in 2017. But do check out this video because it's got some good information in there as well. The prices won't be majorly different, but they will be a little bit different. So you can still check out this video for now until I make the new video. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay informed. Speak soon.